We trained for about 6 weeks to become beekeepers, and then it took another year to really train to become beekeepers, and you need all the help you can get. So we belong to an organisation, the BBKA. We have lectures and we have magazines, and this helps us to keep knowledge going all the time. But what we do need are young beekeepers. So this is what we're trying to do, to spread the knowledge so that young people will come into beekeeping. The honeybee is very important. The bumblebee, the wasp, and all those insects that pollinate are important, but the reason the honeybee is so important is because in the height of the season of the summer, there is between 70 and 90,000 to a hive, which is a lot of pollinators. Bumblebees, perhaps 40 to a nest. So they are very important. They're also hard to spot out in your garden. People see bumblebees, but the little honeybee is quite modest and small and sort of a greyish brown with some faint stripes. The Italian honeybee, by contrast, is quite glorious. It's yellow and orange and really beautiful. But our northern bees, they can stand the climate, and the Italian bees really don't do that well here. The hive consists of a floor and a brood box. The brood box is where the queen is, and the frames in the brood box are large. On top of that brood box you put a queen guard. This is because you're going to put a super box, which is a smaller box with smaller frames in, and it's where the workers put the honey. And you do not want the queen flying up and laying in the honey, and that is the stuff that's just pure gold and lovely. Once a week we have a hive inspection. This involves looking for any signs of diseases or varroa.
We're looking for pollen, we're looking for maybe drops of nectar, and we're also looking for basically the brood. See how it's all shiny?
Yeah.
That's honey, and you got the odd blob of red stuff. There, that's pollen. Yeah. And you'll have a quick look down there looking for eggs, but there's none there. I don't expect to see any. This one, so it's just right at the edge of the brood nest.
As you can see, it's all waxed over, and the bees are all busy creating wax to cover those cells and keep the honey inside.
Because even though we haven't got a laying queen or anything like that, these bees still seem to be nice and orderly. What I'm doing is just looking down, trying to get the sun down to the bottom of those cells to see if we can see any larvae.
Oh, laying. We also look for queen cells to make sure that the bees aren't getting ready to swarm.
On here. So, if I can see something inside of here, I'm going to get rid of. Yeah. Yep. Right, this one's coming off. What I'm doing is I'm just making sure there's only one.
Plenty of room to lay.
Make sure there's only one queen cell.
And we make sure that the overall hives are clean, tidy. Frames might need changing.
They build all this up. All they do is extend.
Yeah. But if you didn't put it in, they'll actually start it off as little pear-shaped things and slowly build it up and fill it all anyway. Walking all over it.
Yeah.
So basically this is one that we want to be replacing with nice fresh stuff.
Yeah.
The wax is very good at absorbing chemicals, diseases, etc. In the wild, what would happen is the colonies die out.
And really we need to remove the wax because it sticks to the frames and they glue the hive together.
Little gaps to
Little
keep the wind
gaps
out.
to keep the wind out and to keep predators out. First of all, and foremost, is that there's a queen in every hive. If you don't have a queen, you haven't got a hive. The queen is the heart and soul of the hive. There are various reasons why it's important to do an inspection, and one of the most important ones is to make sure there's a queen.
She's not wandering around on here. Then we take that and put it somewhere down there.
See, all the bees can get through there, but she can't.
Bees take care of their own hive in lots of ways. They collect propolis, and they stick all the boxes of the hive together to make it windproof and stop it falling over. So when you come to separate the boxes on the hive, you need a hive tool to get all around the edges so you can remove the box. You also have a smoker.
So you heard me talking about what smoke was, how it basically just traps the bees, makes them think the house is on fire.
A little bit of smoke will deter them from flying up in your face and things like that. If you want to become a beekeeper and keep bees, you must go on a course. There is no use paying a fortune out for equipment, about £400 for hives, suits, smokers, etc., if you cannot handle bees. And read. But there is nothing like practical experience. Going through a hive with a master beekeeper is wonderful, and you learn such a lot.